So the interoperability pledge is, is pretty much from, healthcare.gov for healthcare organizations. So as you can see here, about 90% of electronic health records use have pledged to use this. So you have, top, 5 healthcare systems in 47 states have agreed to be able to use this pledge. About 90% of those companies are nationwide hospitals. They have, be able to, these are key requirements of it, enable consumer access. That means, consumers can easily and securely access their electronic health record information from any location, wherever they are, and to be able to learn about their, health information. So this pledge here allow you to, if you have, if your hospital uses an electronic health records vendor, the electronic health records vendor can say, hey, we have an app that, patients can be able to use to be able to log in and to be able to access their healthcare information wherever they are, which can be, through this app, through the app market, whether it's iOS or whether it's Android, they can download it. But for them to be able to have this app, they have to also be part of the discussion, which now, each of the hospitals that utilize, whether it's Epic, whether it's, Allscripts, or whether it's, Cerner or eClinicals or whatever, they have, participated in, drafting this pledge with, healthcare.gov, healthcareIT.gov, that agree that, consumers should be able to have the benefit of accessing and securely accessing that information, should be able to, have a little bit more control on how this information is shared. There's no blocking, or they have to ensure transparency. All providers should share individuals' health information with other providers and their patient, whomever is permitted by law, not block electronic health record information, and also have standards, implements federally recognized standards, national interoperability standard policies, abide by guidance that is set out by healthcare.gov, or whether it's any standards out there, HL7 FIRE or whatever, they have to be able to adopt those best practice to also enhance privacy. So we have now this particular pact where you have vendors who provide to the 90% of those hospitals who have agreed on this pact also participating. And also you have a dozen healthcare leaders from hospitals, from technology or consumer advocacy group who also are part of this pact. You also have the exchanges, health information exchanges, the Commonwealth, the CRISP, the Health E-Link, the Sequoia project, which we talked about in the last presentation, that is now leading the Q, the Qualified Health Information Network, which make sure validate information that is being shared is validated. So the Sequoia project, the Strategic Health Information Exchange Collaborative, the Utah Health, also are part of this particular pledge. You have IT vendors, the Allscripts, so you can read about all these vendors out here who are pretty much the developers of EHR, developers of different type of systems, whether it's from quality standpoint, security standpoint. So you can see some of the notable ones, Allscripts, eClinicals, Cerner, Athena, you see Epic, GE. So they are all part of this pack. You see Optum, which is United Health. You see NextGen, Practice Fusion, SureScripts, Wells, Centtive. So they are part of this bag. And then from a health system standpoint, you can pretty much search by any, so you have different type of health systems that are also part of, this pact. Then you have provider of, technology, consumer organizations that are, different type of academic, professional academic organizations, College of Surgeons, American College of Physicians, different type of Mercy Health, that also signed on to this pact. So as you can see, it's not just about sharing information, but you also have to make sure that you have various key players that should be part of that interoperability pledge. So this allows us to for enable access, consumer access, enable transparency, and also institute standards that govern information sharing. So that interoperability pledge was a key factor now, where you are able to have exchanges set up, or the various organizations that are enabling exchanges to be also part of the discussion. So the next thing is, talking about middleware or APIs. So I was trying to find a good diagram here in terms of, showing you what is, from an API standpoint. I've mentioned a couple, but there are also all right, let me look somewhere else. APIs. All right, so this is a all right. So this is a good integration from a clinical web portal, and also from Salesforce Health Cloud. So you can see here various integrations, key different APIs that are involved, especially when you are talking about systems, when you are talking about process, when you are talking about experience. There are various APIs out there. Okay, so why do we have these APIs? Why do we want to include all of these APIs? APIs allows application. So there are different ways, right? So it enables medical record app developers to focus on, healthcare solutions by freeing them up from dealing with, the diverse, complex healthcare infrastructure. So to kind of, not create a very complex system out there, you can be able to create a pipeline instead of having to, migrate data to a local or cloud, and then have that data sit there for, the application to use it, or, each application to use it. That is not something. And then there's a lot of requirement there in terms of, okay, we have to kind of process the data to make sure it fits, and, et cetera, et cetera. API enable you to kind of create that pipeline. You can be able to kind of pull information as needed, as on demand. It also enables, very fast, turnaround, especially around innovation of solutions. So these solutions, it allows you to kind of get to market quicker. You can build your solution and then be able to have the necessary data to use it, as long as you follow the proper standards and you include the proper standards for that integration. Then you can be able to kind of leverage any type of data that is out there. It improves patient outcomes. You receive patients' information better. When applications inspire more patients to be able to use it. You save a lot of IT dollars. So focusing on the IT budget, on addressing providers' needs instead of having to rebuild patient record infrastructure all the time. So there's a lot of key benefits there, and I've shared this in the announcement. So you can, kind of look into that. But what I want to share here is different type of APIs that you see here. As you can see, you see the notables, your Fitbit, which is, your wearable watch. A Fitbit has an API, which is a Fitness Fire API. I've also shared a case study, including also I shared a case study integration between eClinicals and Fire is best practice. I've also shared that, but you can see here an example with Fire integration, which is, a system API that with Epic, as well as, Salesforce Health Cloud, which is, customer relationship management. So this is for providers interaction from a healthcare setting. But you see there different type of, system. From a consumer standpoint, you see a Fitbit. From a clinical standpoint, you see electronic health records, which is Epic. And then from a customer relationship management standpoint, you see, Salesforce Health Cloud. But these are, you see here, Fire is a key API there because it provides different type of integration, whether depending on what type of data that it has. So you have a Fitness Fire API, you have EHR Fire API, you have CRM Fire API. That is from a system standpoint. Then from a process standpoint, you also have various APIs out there for appointments, for data sync between the web portal experience, as well as, your fitness app. You also have the EHR to CRM API, which connects, allows the sales team to be able to, let's say now you have your Salesforce connected to your web portal, for which, a patient can say, I'm looking for Dr. So-and-so. I'm trying to get to, I have this particular condition. I'm looking for a provider that is a specialist for this particular condition on the web, made that request on the web. The information goes directly to, the Salesforce, which is the customer relationship or patient relationship in the healthcare setting. It can be patient relationship management. It goes directly to the Salesforce to let, the sales team know that, there's, a patient is looking for a specialist with this particular condition, and then also connect it directly to scheduling right away. Okay, it goes to the web portal. It goes to the web portal experience. So from here, it goes to here, and then it goes to the EHR, and then you also pull in information from the web portal in terms of scheduling. You'll be able to schedule the appointment with the healthcare professional. So you have a clinic web portal. You have a web portal that also integrates. You have a clinic web portal. You have a web portal integration experience API that connects with Salesforce API for the marketing team. So you have experience API that do a lot of integration, whether it's just connecting with the clinical, connecting with the CRM, also connecting with patient portal. So if you have like an Apple Watch, you can once that appointment is scheduled, it comes up on your calendar. Is sent directly from your Epic My Chart directly to your calendar on your Fitbit or your calendar on your Apple Watch, so you know when exactly your appointment is. So you have the capability to kind of push that to your calendar, and it comes up on your calendar, right? So these are various API integrations. So if you are still kind of trying to understand what different type of APIs are, you have a system experience, you have process API, you also have a system API, process API, and then you have experience API. But this is a really good a diagram kind of relating various key factors, right? From a consumer standpoint, so from a consumer standpoint, which is the patients, the patients. From a clinical delivery standpoint, the Epic system, and then from sales team business standpoint, you have this health cloud, and you have a patient here. You see how the relationship is going. You have a provider, a provider, sales cloud. You have a provider and a patient, but you also have to realize how that information is flowing. A provider is reached out. A provider information is put in the Salesforce Experience API, and you also have a patient who's requesting for information. Go to the web portal and put a request, and then you have the onboarding team API. You have a service identity API. You also have a fitness data sync API, and then you have appointments API. You have the Salesforce to CRM or EHR to Salesforce API, and then you have event handler API, which is HL7. So you have a lot of fire APIs here. From a system standpoint, you also have a process API, which involves an event handler for HL7. But think about it: patients, application, EHR application, business application. All right, so patient, hospital, business. But you have various other integrations out here that you can use. But this is from a ground scale of things. This is from a very ground scale for which, if you think through, the process here, you have different type of interfaces from a patient standpoint, from a clinical standpoint, and then from a business standpoint interfaces. Okay. So all right, so the next thing here, so now going back to the some of the things that I've shared. Okay, going back to some of the things that I've shared, I've shared this integration, Epic integration solution for EHR. Okay, so this is an integration, Epic integration for healthcare organizations. So this by kind of it kind of gives you what the whole integration is all about, but most importantly, it enables sharing of Epic EHR data between systems, secure, HIPAA compliant development, access to authorized caregivers. But this is what the type of engine, integration engine that you see in a lot of EHRs. With various key standards, right? You have HL7, you have HL7 volume 2, you have FHIR volume 2, so read up on some of these standards as well. And you also have Flex technology that allows a wide range of application. It is possible to create interconnected network that handle demands of the healthcare industry. So this is, and also you have IP blocking. So for patient data, more vulnerable when it's in transit. So this IP blocking with Clarity Connect encrypts the secured information while it is in transit. So the EHR platform with this IP blocking provide another layer by shielding the healthcare data from malicious IP addresses by controlling how individuals and components are permitted to access specific. So while that information is leaving the EHR and going to the destination, whichever a terminal point which it's going, that information is secure. You also have FHIR integration, the right platform. So Clarity provides the technology already included input related to the medical industry. So the FHIR using FHIR endpoints and providing fast access and reliable functionality without needing lengthy customization. So Epic FHIR is an excellent API for which we also discussed there. So there are also, different, so you have the advanced API integration, the advanced EMR Epic integration. You have so pretty much you see in terms of the advantage, security advantage, HIPAA compliance, web development. So this is a good example of that integration engine for Epic. So if you want to kind of learn a little bit about that, take a look at not request a demo, but you can definitely there's a way you can be able to kind of get a full article on this. So, I mean, you can still request a demo. I'm sure that if you request a demo, they can give you a demo or kind of give you some resources that you can read. So I'm trying to see if you can be able to download. Okay, here is actually the knowledge article here. You can kind of read a little bit about that integration engine. The Epic EHR solution, fully integrated with e-commerce. You can read about different benefits. You can read about features and pricing. You can read about the architecture. Okay, you can read about the architecture and pretty much where that sits. Service API here, different logics, tagging. So yeah, this kind of provides you pretty much all you need. You can also request for case studies. If you want to kind of read a little bit in depth in terms of, they have some YouTube here. They have this one, which is an ERP system, the integration model is here, the Clarity integration model is here. So you can definitely view this. You can view this. this integrated internal and external system integration. So yeah, so that's that one on Epic. I also shared another one with eClinicals. Okay, so I also shared eClinical integration. With same thing, you can take a look at this integration. Take a look at the architecture. So you have Clarity Epic integration engine. You also have eClinicals Clarity integration engine. So these are both integration engine for different EHR vendors. Okay. Now, so I also shared this YouTube here about power connecting. So this is a very brief, but this is from Google Cloud Nest. So if you have some time, take a look, and it's a little bit long, but this is Google from last Google conference talking about connected health via API. All right. I also went in depth here in terms of sharing best practice, various YouTube that you can definitely read, Amazon API Gateway, AWS integration, EHR integration engine on AWS. And then I also shared this patient demographic data quality framework for data sharing. So the framework advocates organization-wide alignment on key factors, implementing governance function, planning, data quality, implementing quality improvement assurance, managing operational component, defining and mapping data dependency, supporting access to shared data interoperability, ensuring that data is understood and trusted across the healthcare organization. So take a look at this model. It is published by healthcare.gov or the healthcare.gov website. Take a look at that also about that framework. So I've shared the link here in terms of kind of reading a little bit more in depth into what that the patient data framework, what it's all about. Okay, and in terms of the background, what kind of started this. You can also pretty much all the framework organizations that are involved are all here from a process standpoint. You can definitely take a look at that. Okay. All right, so you see the key components there: data quality, data governance, data operation, platform standards, supporting process. And you have key process areas supporting that. But this is on the healthcareIT.gov website. So that is all about my presentation today. Okay. That's all I'm covering today. I think I've pretty much shared everything. I have already sent out all of this information, but it makes sense to, but I'm also going to share this diagram also as well. All right. So you all have a wonderful rest of the week. Reach out to me if you have any questions in regards to your assignment or anything. Let me know. All right. Okay.